What is up, everyone? My name is Alex, aka Doer, and you have now tuned in to Doers Take Breaks, where we invite a guest, talk all things MMA. And today I have the pleasure of sitting down with Jay Money from the UFC Card Fiend YouTube channel. Jay Money, tell the folks hello and how are you?
What is up, guys? I'm doing fantastic, bro. Excited to be here. Yeah, this is fantastic, man. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being here. So the drill. We're gonna run through what got you into MMA first. A lot of folks, jump into the content. We look at the cards and all that, but we never really get to find out what was the journey into the sport. Did you ever train it? Did you come across a fight randomly on the TV? Let us know what got you into either MMA overall or if it's just the UFC.
So, I guess I just remember it being in the background when I was growing up. Like when it was I remember liking Randy Couture.
Yeah.
Obviously John Bones, and just at random times. Like I would obviously never actually watch a full pay-per-view or anything like that, but through friends or just through television, really, that was a time when you'd be scrolling through TV, it wasn't so much scrolling through your phone, but
Yeah.
and so it wasn't necessarily anything specific. Just I think it's that brute freaking nature, of watching people beat them crap out of each other. It's just kind of captivating, and then what really started getting me into it was personality. So that happens early in my life, right? And then I go to college. I'm not thinking anything UFC, and then right before 2020, right before we got the lockdowns and all that crap. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know what it was, but Tony Ferguson, funny enough, was like a character that I guess I found on social media.
Yeah,
and
he was fun.
I started liking him as a person, and obviously led me to highlights, led me to watching full fights. I'm Hispanic, so it's like this guy El Cucuy, it was just very cool, and I thought he was representing well, he was he's just the weird, funny, he doesn't
non-apologetic guy. Yeah.
He'll say it how it is. And I've always loved that, right? And so that kind of led me into watching more and more highlights, more and more fighters. And then I think the first fighter that I truly liked was Charles when he beat Ferguson.
Okay. Yeah.
That fight, funny enough, I was like, I hope Tony wins. And then I see Charles just dismantle him and then be so nice to him,
Yep.
And just seeing that love and that monster out of Charles I'm sorry, that made me just instantly a fan of Charles.
Yeah.
So he was kind of the first fighter that I kind of considered
you were a fan of his. Yeah.
I dove into his life, into his whole life, saw documentaries on Charles, his whole crazy growing up. He shouldn't be where he's at. He's one of those stories, so it's very, I don't know, heartwarming, inspiring, all of the above, but yeah, that's kind of how I remember it.
That's really cool. So I have a few things. So you started early on, and then it sounds like you disconnected for quite a few years then before 2020. Yeah, that's so interesting that gap happened, and now here you are so engaged with the sport and beyond that as well. So I just wanted to touch on that. That was interesting. On the Tony front, shout out Tony because we rep him, Vayner Sports. Got to shout up my guy out. I know he's seeing better days, but to your point. when I saw those interviews and he was talking about like if I don't have my fist, I'll throw my elbows, and if I don't have my elbows, I'll throw my head, and if I don't have like the ability to throw my head, I'll throw my foot at you. And I was just like, what is this guy talking about? He was just raw and off the cuff, and half of the shit he says does not make sense,
Yes.
but it was really cool to see, and honestly, he was a beast during that time, you know.
Yes.
So it was tough to see him take the type of fights, and that Charles fight, right? That's where he like would not tap. Like people's arms aren't supposed to bend that way. It was his arm, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, it was like going the opposite way,
It
and he did
literally
not. Oh,
hyperextended. Like, yeah, it's Charles, like he hit
yeah,
it under his armpit. Like it was in.
yeah,
He didn't tap. And
yeah,
I almost think Charles, yeah, he like readjusted, but I feel like he didn't. He could have broken his arm. I feel like he could have
yeah,
snapped it, but out of I don't know, out of love and respect, I think he
yeah,
did it. He knew he won the fight.
yeah, exactly.
That's one of three decisions that Charles has had was with
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah,
And
it
so
says a lot to Tony and how
that's
tough he is to finish, but at the same time, yeah, Charles maybe not wanting to snap it completely, right? And to that point on the Charles front, it's interesting because I really remember from that fight his trajectory to get to the belt, and when he fought Dustin Poirier, and then it looked like he was going to lose that fight because Dustin had him rocked and like hurt, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy unfortunately is not going to get out of here, and then he turns it around and finishes him just like Khabib did, and I was like, holy shit. So that whole moment was so cool to see, just because his celebration was epic too, running around the octagon. Yeah,
epic.
yeah,
Charles is epic, dude. Like
yeah.
he's
And even when he fought Justin, same thing. I was like, oh man, Justin got him, because he started getting hurt, and then just like DP, once again turned it around, and even like hurt Justin. Yeah, no, Charles is so good to watch, and I hope we continue to see him have exciting fights. Will he be able to win the title, beat Islam? I don't know. It's a tough ask,
oh yeah.
especially how he lost to Islam. But I do hope we get really fun fights, and I like the next one he has coming up. Which I mean that's not easy. Arman Sarukian, ooh,
What's crazy is that same scenario as DP. Like you got the hungriest lions of young lions of that division,
yeah,
of each of their division, and they're both facing them. It's that's what legends do, bro. That's what
yeah,
I think. That's the stuff of legends, and
yeah.
so I couldn't
And
be happier.
yeah,
Like,
who are you picking? Who are you picking, Charles or Sarukian? Then you're
brother,
going
come
your Pete. I mean, okay, just making sure, because
on.
look. The reason I ask is because
It's
you
not
just
even
you
like
just
my
saw
mind and my heart. Like it's mind and
you,
heart both for Charles.
both.
And
Okay, but you just saw what happened to Volk, right?
and
And you
yeah,
just saw what happened to Volk, and it's one of those where, unfortunately, we've seen the story too much. All the heroes have their day, and I hate that that's the sport. John Jones is like the exception,
yeah,
But
100.
Silva had his day. Israel Adesanya had his day in a weird fashion, right? I think he still has a few more title holding days in his future, but you see that, right? Dustin Poirier, Connor, it's just, this is a sport you play.
Passing on the torch,
And so
100%.
I don't know if this is that moment for Charles. I
Don't be
don't know.
surprised. Don't be surprised if Charles does exactly what John Jones did and subs him out and a couple of minutes in, bro. Don't be
Yeah.
surprised, man.
I won't be surprised, but don't be surprised if
Oh,
Armin comes out talking the type of trash that Ilya was, because he's good at talking trash. He's crazy confident, and he's super young. He has every reason to be as cocky as he is, especially with the finish he just had. So yeah, I mean, whew, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, I don't want to get too off on a tangent on that. Let me know where cards come into play. At what year after 2020 when you started watching the fights? When did the cards come into play? Yeah, we'll go there first, and then I'll have my follow up.
so I start, yeah, like I'm watching fights now. I'm watching full pay-per-views, from then on. And I want to say it was like November time, 2022.
Okay.
I went with my nephews to like a Walmart because they were gonna buy football cards to rip.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, man, I miss ripping. So I was gonna go buy basketball cards to rip with them, right? Because
Because that was the hype. That was the hype cycle, right? To rip any kind of sport cards.
I guess, bro. Like, I guess they kind of got me. They kind of like, led me there because
Yeah.
it was nowhere in my radar.
Hmm.
Uh, I just used to collect basketball when I was a kid, and so it was
Yeah.
just a little, sharing with my nephews kind of
Yeah.
experience. And then we get there, and I see a red 2022 Select Blaster,
Hmm.
and I was just like, "What? Like, what the heck? No way!" And I think I got two of those. They were, I felt like they were expensive. They were like 30, and I was like,
Okay.
but I was like, "Hey,
I
this is
think that's
fun."
still the price, right? I think that's still the price to this day on a blaster box. It's like $30, 27, call it, you know?
It'll depend on the set, but yeah, like
Mm,
Optic 2023 hasn't fallen from 30.
yeah.
Select is usually like 25 or 30 as well.
Yeah.
But like I
So
said,
so
I
you buy this product. Yeah, you buy this product, you get two
two
boxes.
blasters.
Did you
Yeah.
get hits?
Uh, I
Did
don't
you
know
know?
if
Did you? I was like, did you know enough at the time to even know what you got right at the same time?
so I don't know if it was that time or the following rip, but I got an Ilya Taporia numbered card,
Yep.
rookie. That's his rookie year, and it was out of 49, bro. I had no idea
Yeah.
who Ilya Taporia was.
Yeah.
But obviously, a rookie card. It interested me, so that
Mhm.
is what led me to Ilya Taporia
Yep.
and to eventually PC him because I was like, I eventually looked up the card, and I was like,
Hmm.
oh shit, like
Yeah.
this is a nice little hit out of this blaster. It basically basically paid
Yeah.
for both blasters.
Yep.
That's a nice card, especially if I were to get it graded or something, which I probably
Hmm.
not, because I don't plan on ever selling. But that's what led me to Elia, and yeah, like just watching his highlights, bro. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
I
that
knew
was a good hit to
that,
get. And so, how often was it, or how soon was it after those two boxes where you started digging into what are hobby boxes and is there older product tops and so getting into that because based off of
so
some of the content you've uploaded, you now have dabbled across different products, for the UFC. So walk me through that journey.
So I guess the first Matt from the Golden Octagon.
Hmm.
He was the first channel that I found when I
Shout out
just
to Matt.
when I just yeah, big shout out. He's gonna be the legend. Um, but yeah, he was the first videos that I found. He's like, I started seeing all the sets that there were. I was like, holy shit! Like I'm late here, but I'm glad that I came in at that time because the year before 2021, it like the inaugural year was so expensive. Like
Hmm.
I don't think I would have stuck around because I'm all about like good price, good value. Like
Yeah, yeah,
like it's gambling. Like I don't want to
yeah, for sure.
gamble with
Yeah,
$1,000.
you're buying cardboard. You're buying cardboard.
Like I want to gamble with $150, like don't ask for 800. Like what? Y'all are
Hmm.
crazy.
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel like everything happens how it has to happen. So
That's
came in at
very cool.
came in at the perfect time. The market was already leveling out. So when I was going onto eBay, I was seeing cards for like $1, $2, $3, and boom, I was just like buying. I had no
Yeah,
idea, like I would
yeah.
see a parallel and I'm like, fuck yeah, just buy. And then it's like, oh, this is like the most freaking common one that
Yep. You got to
uh,
learn somewhere. That's one of my questions. What is some of what's probably the most rookie like mistake you made when you started getting into cards?
the most rookie mistake. Uh, I don't know. Probably like probably bidding on cards that would say like 99 cents, and then I wouldn't look at the shipping, and it was like $8, and I'd be like, oh,
Oh, they got
like,
you.
I don't want to pay $9 for this
Yeah.
card. Like, yeah, just stupid things like that.
Yeah,
Where
little things that now as a seller as well, possibly you're aware of, or even just going through it now.
for sure, I don't know, rookie mistakes. I guess maybe, yeah, just bidding to like having that sense of like, God, like I'm gonna win this, and then it gets to a freaking price that I'm like,
Your
and
pride takes over. Yeah, you're
doing
just paying.
yeah, doing it, and then feeling like, why did I do that? Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna
even
do it
happy. You're not even happy. It's just the getting that like hit of winning it, and
because
then you're like, damn
you
it.
don't even get it instantly, like it's not like I win and I have the card and it's like yes, like like it's a feeling to have it in your hands. But
Absolutely.
with eBay, it's just like, it becomes these like dopamine hits of like,
That's right.
yes, okay, I got another one. Okay, another
Yeah.
one for the PC.
I've learned it myself, my friend. I've learned it myself.
Yeah.
So let
I
me
guess
go for it.
last one, bro. Just buying blast, like instead of allocating 150 for a hobby box,
Mhm.
spending 150 in like 5 blasters and like not getting
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's the biggest hurdle that I had to, I guess, get over as like a newbie, because like
Yeah.
I said, it's money. You're
Hmm.
gambling with money. I'm not rich by any means. Like I still gotta hustle every day, and I feel every box that I rip. I love.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love doing it, and nobody's forcing me, but
Yeah.
like I know what I'm doing, and I know that I can't get out of hand.
That's good
And
advice though. That is good advice though, right? Go. I think it makes sense to go blaster first, at least for your first, right?
yeah,
Just to see if it's something you enjoy, right? And if you get lucky like yourself, hitting something that's actually pretty cool within your first box, great. But at that point, yeah, it definitely makes sense to go a hobby box just because the chances are better for you. But if I'm being, let me know what you think about this. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think the hobby box portion of it is fun because there's so many packs in it and you get to rip through it and it's all good. But really, you can also take 150 and spend it on singles and get exactly what you want. And it's no longer gambling. You're putting your money towards what you want. So really that's where I think most collectors get to. But
mhm.
there's always that fun, right? And this is my excuse to be able to rip through some product as well on the podcast, justify it as a business expense, and we rock and roll.
Heck yeah, bro. There's no feeling like you
Yeah,
pulling that card. Like
that's
even
right.
when you pull even if it's just a blaster exclusive green, but if it's a
Mhm.
PC, I'm like, let's go. Like
That's right.
that's
You manifested it. You manifested
fantastic.
it.
Like, yeah.
All right. I wanna pivot and talk about the content that you're putting out there. Why don't you tell me about, so you now MMA happens, you get back into it in 2020, you jump into the cards in 2022. At what point do you think, let me create some content as well? And more than that, I want to dig into like the theme of the show, Doers Take and Breaks. Now I go by Doer, but I went by that name just because I'm someone that takes action on stuff. I plan, I'll analyze, strategize, all that good stuff, but I don't just stop there, right? Like I actually just act. Whether it's perfect or not, I take it as all data coming in. So I kind of want to tap in on what got you to make content, and was it easy for you to stay consistent? Was there a time when you thought, maybe this isn't like exactly what I want to do? Tell us about just that. Would you consider yourself a doer? Did you just jump into it to, test it and said, let's see where we are 12 months from now?
Yes, like I had always wanted to do it. Like in my regular work, I work a lot with social media, with content, just period.
Yep. And folks, we'll touch on that at the end of the podcast as well, a little bit outside the octagon. But yeah, yep,
Oh yeah. So like I know my way around lighting, cameras, like what you need for YouTube.
yep,
And it's always just been like a a little fantasy, like building a YouTube channel, fan
Hmm.
base. And as it's happening, it's like this is what it's all cracked out to be, like interacting
Yeah.
with random people about stuff
Right.
that you love,
Hmm.
even haters. Like it's fantastic. I love
Yeah.
interacting just with everybody that's consuming my content. It's like if you're a chef and people go to your restaurant, they're eating your food. Like it must
Hmm.
be a fantastic feeling, you know?
That's right.
So that is one of the main things that keeps me doing this, because it's not easy. Like it's hard. Like you were saying, like if it was hard, if there was a time, like it's
Hmm.
still that
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
It's still that time of like being consistent, like just finding time, like little moments, because I'm also like it's a creative endeavor, every video.
Hmm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
basically like I'm putting on a show for, sometimes an hour of just
Yeah.
freestyling, like
Hmm.
I try to make it entertaining, I try to throw in as much information of fighters as I can, or situations, things that are happening at the moment. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot. It takes a lot mentally, like it really does. And then I mentioned that I work with content and stuff. So sometimes I'm burnt out from work that I don't
Hmm.
want to do more content. Like
Yeah.
maybe I had like a tough ass week because I had to create stuff for different clients, and
Yeah.
so sometimes it's a lot of that, like just not having like the creative energy to put it down. But how I
But
started
yeah.
managing it was started to like I guess make like types of videos, like
Hmm.
I have like creative
Themes. Yeah. You
videos,
have themes.
exactly, like
Yeah.
themes, and that's kind of helped me, like obviously mail days, that's easy, just
Yeah.
showcasing cards that I've bought. I love those obviously because I save all the stuff, like I literally watch it with as I'm filming, so it's a
Yeah.
cool experience to do those. um but then like I try to do characters, like I have Gerard, this character, and um it just
Talk
takes
to us
so
about
much.
that. Talk to us about that. Where did the idea of having characters come into play?
I've always liked acting ever since high school. Like I was in drama, like drama class. I was writing plays and stuff. So characters come natural to me. And I when I was selling vintage clothing on Instagram, I started doing characters like as if I had a twin, and
Okay.
that's how I would showcase clothes and
Yeah,
like
you'd
shirts.
be the model and whatnot. Yeah.
Exactly. I would be able to showcase two shirts instead of one. Like it was just like fun for me. And but I've always known that it takes a lot of work, especially if I want to show both of us together on the screen, because you gotta mask it,
Hmm.
you gotta,
Hmm.
like it's just, yeah, it's a lot of work to do Gerard. So and then
Yeah.
I noticed that his videos don't do that good.
So maybe we got to retire Gerard.
So I'm like, "Fucking Gerard, man, you take so long." And yeah, I think people are just
But
like, "Look at this
but to
guy."
that point though, to that point, you're testing things, right? Like
Of course, yeah.
you're not being too hard on yourself. If you're too tired to film today and you have to do tomorrow, or it waits today, like you try to have a cadence and stick to it, but at the same time, you're not like that critical of yourself to be like, oh man, I'm messing up. Let me just stop altogether. It's just kind of
Mhm.
like you have it's gonna get easier as you get into that routine. And you know how long have you been doing it for now? How many months are we up to, or even maybe now is it like over a year?
No, I'm probably like half a year, like 6 months in, I
Yeah.
think.
So I would say it's the journey's been, pretty good just based off of like some of the earlier videos I've seen to some of the content you've been putting out like on a daily, the past few days that I mentioned before we jumped on here. So like I would imagine you're starting to see what works for you, what's easier, what's natural, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I guess with YouTube, like shorts, I know that it's
Hmm.
always like a debate, but for me, that's what's helped like with daily growth.
That's right.
Because I don't put out videos every day, but if I put out a short that every day it gets a boost in viewership, like I'll get like three
3
subscribers.
followers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I'm glad you're touching on shorts. Shorts is so big. I I've been trying to put more attention to that as, we're starting to get the archive of these episodes together just to see how that does and get it into like a good mode. And I had created this clip of Elia and his interview in Spanish where he had what he said was just like raw, cold-blooded. It sounded so good, and the translator did such a crappy job of translating he said. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make that into a clip. I'm gonna put some music behind it, and I put it out. It was like my first viral quote unquote piece of content, like on
Let's
Twitter,
go.
on
Yeah.
Twitter, now X. It got a 250,000 impressions. On shorts, on YouTube shorts, it got like over 7,000.
Let's
On
go.
IG, the reel got over like 12,000, right? And
Let's
like 3,000 likes. And it was like that kind of thing. And that was probably call it my 11th short. You know what I mean? But it's just
go.
about testing it. Like there was things where I'm like, this is gonna do really well, and I'm like, oh, I flatlined, you know. But to your point, it's just testing new things, not being too hard on yourself, and keeping up with the grind. I want to jump into what we call Doers Rumble and Rips, and I'm gonna let Jay Money tell you guys what we plan to do with that. Before he does that, the only cards that he's keeping from here are his PCs. So if you guys follow him, you guys already know, but I'm gonna just have it on the record. Ilya, Charles, Dustin, and Volk. If we hit any of those stay.
Yes.
Anything else is up for grabs. Jay Money, tell the folks what you plan to do, and while you do that, I'm gonna start swapping my camera here.
Awesome. All right. So I think it would be awesome, obviously, to give it to the people that have been showing me love on YouTube. I think I would probably do, I guess whatever we get out of here, I would throw in, like match it with some other cards so that it's an awesome giveaway. And I would like to do it for 200. I'm at like 160, 161 subscribers right now. So if I can get to 200, we're gonna make it a big giveaway. I think
I
that's
love
what.
it. I love it. All right, and you can hear me still?
Yes, yes.
All right, sweet. So check this out. We got 4 boxes here. Okay, I want you to pick your own faith. If we hit something big, it's gonna be because you picked the right box. No
Wow.
pressure.
Oh, shit. Okay. I
We'll
like.
do it like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4. 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
4.
Oh, my heart's saying. My mind is saying the last one, but my heart is saying number 3. So let's go
Number
with
3.
3.
All right, here we go, folks. We'll put these just for some nice eye candy there, right around
Woo.
here. All right,
So
and then we'll do this down here. And then if at any point, because now I'm kind of looking for you, J Money, I'm looking around my camera and making sure that I'm in focus. So if at any point I'm not in focus, let me know.
got you, bro.
Or at least in frame, I'll say. Let's make sure I'm in frame. We don't want to miss any of the big hits here.
For sure. I'm hoping
All
for
right.
a Dustin Poirier Black Pandora because I'm doing his rainbow from this set,
All right.
and
Enough
that's
said.
one that I need, man. If we get that card, I'm gonna scream and cry.
So for folks, this segment is going to guide our conversation here. I'm going to look through the cards. I'll have some commentary if I come across anything fun, but ideally it's something that's going to spark ideas or thoughts that Jay Money has, that he remembers a fight, he remembers a fighter, he met somebody, some random, fun story. That's kind of the idea of ripping this while also being able to give something back to the community. All right,
Okay,
so
so real quick, you're backwards.
I'm backwards. Yeah.
Upside down.
So I'll flip that then. I'll flip that post production.
Nice.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. But I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll have to play around with that. Good to know. All right. Daniel Cormier. We have rated rookie Ali Shakab, something like that. I'm not even going to try. I've never actually seen this fighter. Have you?
What does it say?
Can you see it?
Ali.
I was like, I have no problem admitting when I've never come across a fighter.
No, no,
Yeah, this. Oh, look at that.
no way. Black
Kevin
Panther,
Holland.
Kevin
Look at that.
Holland.
Now educate me here.
Oh
Why do
my
some of these
God.
have a number and some of them don't? Educate me.
Because this is a case hit. So case hits are kind of like they kind of have that mystery of like, is it out of 20? Is it out of 25? You don't know, but this is so fucking
This is
awesome,
a big
bro.
card. I know it's a big card,
It's
so
a
I'm
rare
pumped.
card. Rare card. There's only one in a case. Yeah, there's only one in a case.
Yep. So we got a really good card here, and that is going to be given away, folks. All right. We'll put that up there, and we'll review all the hits as well towards the end.
First pack, man.
Not bad. Not bad. And you know what? I might just to do this. Let me see. So this is straight to you now. So I'm gonna do it backwards to me because it's easier than having to flip the entire video and mess with like the labeling and whatnot. So we got Umar, none other than Islam.
Back to back. Do we have Habib?
No, we got Manan.
The Beast.
And what do we got back here?
My House.
Not bad. Ken Shamrock.
Nice. Oh, I actually
Not
have.
bad. All right, let's keep going. I've asked a few folks if whenever we come across a hit, if it makes sense to maybe save it towards the end. And a lot of folks have just been like, no, I want to see it right away. Do you have a preference? Save it or
no? At this
right?
point, I kind of like just to
All right. So we got Tisha, Uriah, and what do we got down here?
Dominators.
There you go. Aljamain Sterling.
Aljo.
I am looking forward to that Cater fight.
100. Yeah.
How do you have that? Who do you think's taking that?
I think. I mean, if Cater can defend his his takedown attempts, I think we're gonna get another like O'Malley knockdown from Cater.
Yep. Sean
Maybe
Brady.
TKO fin. Sean Brady, man, he's a
Sean Brady. I like him. He's also Vayner Sports, so gotta rep him. I wasn't excited about the potential of people wanting to match him up with Ian, right? So I'm glad Ian also turned that down. But yeah, Sean Brady's sick.
Hell yeah, bro.
You got none other than Justin, Mr. 300 card here. And we have something back here. The GOAT.
Johnny Bones Jones, silver.
The GOAT. All right, let's keep going.
Have you ever met like any fighters in person?
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of meeting a few folks. Josh Emmett, Aljamain, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. Why am I blanking? Well, I didn't meet Ian yet, but I got to connect with him on a call that we were on. So it was cool just to interact with him that way. This was like maybe like over a year ago now. So he's obviously continued to dominate, right? But yeah, I'm sure I'm missing a few names. Small like not like legends per se, but there's a few there. Yeah. What about you?
That's so awesome, bro. No, I actually haven't, man.
There's our Khabib.
I think if I could meet one, like if I could get a pass, to meet one of my fighters,
who would it be?
I think it'd be Charles.
Charles? All right. Over Ilya, huh?
Over Ilya, over DP, over Volk. I think I just like probably because he was like the first one, that I really started following. But also just because of the type of person that he is, like super fucking like humble and loving. You know, like you could tell it's
He's a good
real.
guy. He's a genuine guy for
Oh,
sure.
we
Oh,
got an
oh,
auto, I
oh,
think.
we got an auto. We do. We do. Let's see what's down here first.
Let's get a.
We got Islam. We hit a fun version of this card on another episode, so I'm sure you're gonna see that when the time is right. All right, so let's grab Islam back. Let's go this way, and I'm gonna just quickly make sure I'm on the right side. Then I'll flip it. Okay.
Let's
There we go.
see.
There we go. There we go. Oh,
Right.
I already showed it. I already showed it. The name at least. Herb Dean.
Oh,
That's not bad. That's not bad. I like it. I like it.
Pretty, man.
I will
That's
take that.
awesome.
Let's put that here, and then yeah, that is not numbered, but it is a nice auto to have, and we have another auto coming up, so we'll see.
That is awesome, bro.
Let's see. So Charles would be your fighter that you'd want to meet.
I would like to go to Brazil and fucking go to shoot the books, training, and go to his fucking ranch, ride horses with him.
Ride horses. Yeah, it sounds like a good time.
I want to go on a date with Charles, bro.
Bilal, this is the second one we hit. It's interesting the fact that they didn't consider Bilal for the Edwards fight, and they were just like trying to give him 3 different fights to get on 300, and none of them were Bilal. I'm like, damn, that's cold. Oh, Volk. There you go. There's your first PC.
That's probably one of my least favorite pictures, to be honest. Ooh,
Is it?
Look at that.
And
that's good, brother.
That is 49 out of 99. It's numbered.
That is a beautiful. Wow, this box has been heat.
This is a really nice card. So I actually touch on. I think I touch on him on other episodes, but the reason I bring him up is because I hit so much of this guy, and I can't tell you that I clearly remember ever watching any of his fights. And I know he's like apparently a real contender in his division, so I need to go into the highlight reel and go back and watch some of it. But yeah, you track him closely.
He's fun. Yeah. He just recently had a fight. I would say maybe like, I don't know, a couple months ago, maybe a month or 2 ago. Not against any. Who did he fight next?
Because he's still not ranked, right? So the opponents aren't necessarily going to be anybody crazy big. But if he looks good, I mean, it's promising, right? It's getting him the experience he needs prior to getting some of those bigger fights.
Exactly, bro. It's that prep. It's that right prep because it's not cans. Like I think he went the full distance, but yeah, he's undefeated, 15-0.
Jeez, 15-0. So we got Sean Strickland here, but yeah, keep going. Davison.
Oh no, he actually his last fight he won TKO round 2.
Okay, against who?
Carlos Hernandez. Yeah, just there's no name here yet. CJ Vergara. Yeah, there's no real names yet, but he just looks good, He
looks good. Well, that's good. And again, it's good experience for him,
Sure.
Josh Barnett. What do we got back here? Marab. Man, Marab looks so good this past weekend.
I fell in love with him more and more, man.
His content, right? Isn't he funny? His content has stepped up a notch for sure.
Yeah, he definitely got a little production team. It's like what's it called? It's like skits, Like you need a whole production for stuff like that.
His personality has definitely started to show more, so I think folks really, really appreciate that.
For sure, yeah, that goes a long, long way.
Oh yeah.
What do we have back there?
Nice. That was Nate. Okay, and then this is Ignacio. Great rookie.
Yeah, bro. Howla. I was super stoked for him, and then he lost his last fight, and I was like, "Oh, come on, brother."
Yeah, the UFC is not forgiving, man. If you lose a fight, jeez. It's
Yes,
people
bro.
people turn on you quick.
100.
Juliana, we got Mavzar. He's looking good too. There's a lot of hype on him.
Yeah, undefeated as well.
Stephen Thompson, someone that is beating and defying the odds of the 35 age limit, right? He's still looking good, man.
Bro. Yeah, I think he's gonna look good till the day he dies. He's still gonna be kicking and punching, bro.
Yeah, no,
Little
he's
weight
looking good.
dominating.
Is Stephen Thompson booked for a fight, or is he just sitting on the sideline right now waiting?
I think he's sidelined. He just lost a shot.
Sideline. Yeah, yeah, that was
I don't know where he could.
what his next fight could be, Benio.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Arena.
I'm excited for Shavkat. If we hit a nice shot, yeah, it's gonna be sick.
I'm gonna show you a card that I hit up Shavkat. Look at that, another bulk.
Hey, a little silver bulk.
Not bad. These are fun. These are fun. Just to make sure that we took care of you too, you know?
Heck yeah.
Let's see. All right.
It's like my heart was a little broken for Volk, and then I remember that his life was made, he's a legend. Like, what am I feeling sorry about?
It's on Volk, it's tough because I was saying, like, if Ilya wins, unfortunately, I think he wins more likely by a knockout than decision, right? And if Volk wins, I was taking like a 5-round war, right? A 5-round war where he takes it. And I was like, best case scenario, Volk wins. This is his last fight that we see in his real prime. And then they give Ilya a rematch because it's a close fight. And then Ilya does what he did to him in this, first fight. But Ilya was like, nope, F the bull. He's like, I'm taking it right away.
He did what he said he was going to do, and that's nothing but respect.
Thug Rose. And then we got Magomed.
Ankalaev.
Kamaru.
Bro, they're doing him like Bilal.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
it's an entertainment company. It's an entertainment company now. You know what I mean? Like it's been, but now more than ever.
And we're gonna be seeing it more and more.
One sec, the camera went away, right? You can hear me still?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but
okay.
It's just color.
Yeah. I don't know why it went away. Maybe it thought we were asleep. Let's test this out. One sec. All right, here we go. We're back. Good to know that that's an issue for future ones. So as I mentioned, we were trying the card cam off of my phone, and I just felt like the quality was grainy. This already looks so much more clear. Like you're able to actually read the name, and that's not a bad card.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Jack, man.
JDM,
bro. He still hasn't lost either. In the UFC, I don't think he may have he may not be undefeated in his full record, but I don't think he's lost.
Yeah, I think you're right. Chuck Liddell, this man's huge in person. He's so much taller than you would imagine, and just his build is so beefy, dude. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's got that beer gut.
Mm-hmm. Curtis Blades. This is another fighter I've met. Curtis Blades.
No way.
Yeah, he's also a giant,
bro. I bet he's probably like a gentle giant. Charles. I'm so excited for him versus the rookie, and you have no idea. Red?
Yeah. Let me see. I'll flip this over, but it's a bantamweight. Any guesses?
I mean, let's get the champ. That's not sugar.
What is that? Okay. Wait.
I can't really see.
I can't. Yeah, I think. Boom. Holly Holmes. I thought I saw hair. I was like, wait. I was like, it might be the women's division. All good. I'll take a Holly. 53 out of 199.
Nice. Holly Holm, man. Do you feel like she's fought past what she should have, or do you feel like she's right where she needs to be?
I will say her day is almost up, but that being said, like it took a little bit of perspective to really appreciate that. Yeah, you know, her record, if you look at who she's fought, she has not had an easy fight. She's really went after trying to get very, very competitive matches for her to test herself. And that led to win here, lost there, win, win, loss, loss, win, loss, right? And like that type of record, I do feel like with a little bit more strategy and things just aligning for her, she could have had such a giant career after doing Ronda the way she did. And if she would have been able to really keep that up, but then she goes and gets choked out by Misha Tate, you know, by a silly mistake. And then she was doing pretty well against, I want to say, Amanda and even Durandamy. And like silly mistake towards the end where she also kind of got, you know, like got. And so it's one of those where it upsets me because I felt like she could have did something way more special in the UFC. And I think for now, right, I think more people will give her kickboxing record and career more of a credit than the UFC because the UFC is really the what she did to Ronda. And I think I don't want to say that's it, but you know what I mean? Like that was the highlight. That was the peak. What about you? What do you think?
I'm right there with you, bro. You couldn't have said it better. That knockout on Ronda Rousey, like
Yeah.
that is the stuff of legends, like we were saying. And she did not capitalize the way she should
She
have.
did. It was unfortunate. I was sure, man. I was like, man, she's gonna skyrocket from here. And nope.
DP.
DP. I like Dustin. Have you tried his hot sauce, by the way?
Bro, I've been looking for it everywhere here. Like I don't want to. I don't like
It's
to buy
expensive.
edible stuff over internet. Like
okay, why?
Because I don't know. Like it makes me wary. Like how long was it in the heat? Like I don't know. It makes me think of all kinds of weird stuff, and I'm just like, So I've been going to Walmart's, like Targets, just trying to see if anybody picks it up. But I'm in the South Texas, so I'm probably gonna get it maybe never.
Yeah, possibly. Kamuru.
But I know that I think Dallas. I think I have a buddy in Dallas that found one at a Walmart.
Okay.
I may just
you
make
have to try it, dude. You have to try it. Honestly, I've ordered like a few cases now. Of what are they called? Not orders. I've reordered it a few times already. That's how good it is. I enjoy it so much with my breakfast in. It's legitimately really good sauce. And here we go again, DP.
Is it like sweet or like?
It depends on which one you get, but I wouldn't. I would say it's the standard one that's like hot. Or I'll get you the name and we'll put it up here on screen as well. I'll say that it has like a sweet, spicy kick to it, but it's not like crazy hot. It tastes so good with eggs. Like that's my go-to with it.
I'm probably gonna have to stop being a little girl and just order it, bro.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let folks in the chat say it, but
you just sold me, bro. I'm gonna freaking order it tonight.
We got
red.
Yeah.
Manolo!
Look at that.
Oh, that's fire.
And we have something in the back too. A blue. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That was that an extra card? I felt like it was, right? So we had that. We had Kevin Lee and we had Dustin. You're right. It was an extra card.
It may be an auto because sometimes these boxes have 2 autos. So
check
maybe
it out.
Let's see what it is.
Let's do this slowly. Let's do
this.
Is it
a rated rookie?
This is a lightweight. Yeah, light heavyweight rated rookie.
Light heavyweight Jailton?
There you go. This is Nikola.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name.
Let's try. Let's see. Nikola Negumeranu. Yeah, that's tough. But this is 93 out of 99. And the Manon is nice, a low serial. 8 out of 199.
Beautiful.
Let's get these top loaded.
Man, so Manon, she's fighting Blanchfield next. That's whoever wins that's gonna be your next champion.
Who do you got? Any favorites there?
I mean, I think Blanchfield is just a little bit sharper everywhere. But obviously Manon has them, she's got the stand up so crisp. If she can avoid getting taken down, maybe Manon can catch her, but just my mind tells me that Blanchfield is gonna probably either sub her or edge out a decision.
Okay. Yeah, and I think most people would go Blanchfield, right? As like a favorite to edge it out. Not
Yeah,
completely counting out Manon, but like I think there's more hype on Blanchfield.
exactly. That's one of the things. And hey, sometimes that can be the difference, like just
Yeah,
that little bit. As far as
it plays
skill,
a
like I said,
role.
yeah, for sure, bro. But
Paulo, that
hey,
was a fun fight.
that was fun, bro.
That
That
was a fun fight.
kid, I can't believe he's still standing, bro. That was flush.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
nice.
landed like so good. All right, two more packs. Which one do you want
And
to
it was
open
the
first?
deal, bro. Always right. Always right.
Always my
Oh,
right. You're right.
my right. That one.
This one.
Yeah.
All right.
That
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Bro, I can't believe you hit a Black Pandora first
And
pack.
that was that was first pack. I was about to say that wasn't bad. And we still got another auto, I believe.
Great fighter, bro. He may just skyrocket if he beats MVP.
I think he's gonna do pretty well against him, or at least not, just get finished completely, right? Like it's gonna be a competitive fight.
It's gonna be a banger. Like that has the potential to be a barn burner. Like if they both come to fight, hey, little
Armin
army.
and Patty the Batty.
Paddy the
All
fat.
right. Do we think we get an
Last
auto in here? Let's check it
Uh,
out.
I'm thinking we're gonna get another auto. I'm calling it. Two autos.
Two auto, three autos.
Calling it,
That's
bro.
Peter Yan. We got a Patrick Sabatini. And what do we got back here? Is this our auto? I think that's our auto. That's our auto, I think. And then we got Bo Nickel. That's a fun one.
That's nice.
All right, let's turn this around. Let me get this. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Let it be PC.
Let's see. Rated rookie.
Nice.
Lightweight. Rated rookie lightweight. Here we go.
Rated rookie light.
Joe Selecki. I'm personally not, the biggest fan, but
no, I thought it was for some reason I thought it was Fluffy.
Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that's like it looked like him. Fuck, man. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm not a fan of Selecki.
I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, hey, look, we hit some good cards. We'll do the recap right now. Let's do this.
Bro.
Away.
It was not a bad box at all. Like,
all right.
Nice
So we'll start right here.
Trailblazer, Black Pandora.
Herb Dean.
I got a little story about Black Pandoras right after this.
Okay, you got it.
Herb Dean, bro, that's a big hit from this.
This is a really nice one. Yeah.
Tatsuro is coveted.
We got your Volk and your Volk just for the PC. Fun cards.
Heck yeah, man.
We got our Holly Home.
Red.
We got our Charos for the fun. PC. We got our Manon.
Heck yeah.
And
the red.
We got our Nicola
Negumeriano.
And then we have our Joe Selecki. Not bad. And it remind me, did you say this is all going to one single person, or you're going to kind of spread this out and share the love?
I think, bro, that's actually like.
I mean, there's a lot of heat there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of heat. I may spread it actually. Maybe do two. Like maybe do one leading towards 200 subs, and then save maybe like the 3 or 4 best cards for that giveaway. Once I hit 200.
I like it.
That sounds like a good idea.
I like it. All right, let me turn this off because it's gonna beep at some point. I'm pretty sure. Here, I just disconnect it. Make it easier. All
Nice.
right, cool. So you said you had a story. Let's hear it.
Black Pandora, bro. So that's how I started collecting bulk. This was before I was filming. I ordered four loose hobby packs off of probably David Adams, maybe Steel City. And I hit a Black Pandora Volkanovski. I was same thing. Like I was like, what? I thought it was a 101 because black, you know. And I was like, no. And then I look and I'm like, where's the 101?
That's so good to know. Yeah, it's good to know that that's like the case hit. So it's rare. It's a good card, but it's just not going to be numbered. That's really good.
Exactly. It's just
that's
short,
funny.
Super short print SSP.
It makes me realize that like on one of the earlier, not even earlier, like a few weeks ago, Whatnot shows I had, we hit something. I forget what fighter it was. But even the guy that hit it, he was like, "Oh, it's not numbered," and we were both kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not sure," and we just wanted to keep it moving. So I didn't even question it. But now I'm like, "Hey, you got a pretty good hit." Now just thinking back to it, I just got to recall what it was.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you had said Shopcott. I have. Let me see if I can pull this out real quick. Look at this. I hit this in one of the personals one of the Percy's that I had. Let's see. Check that out.
Oh my God, what a beauty.
Isn't
bro.
that a beautiful card? Isn't that a beautiful card?
Oh, what a hit. Honestly.
Yeah, I was so pumped about it. Yeah, that's a really nice card.
Still like out there on the prowl for a good deal for a Shopcott, bro. He's somebody to get now. Yesterday, a month ago.
That's right. So that one's holding good value, so we'll flip it. But look, we're over time, mainly just because I want to be mindful of people's times, and I want to make sure that they're able to digest, the episode within an hour. But we'll go over a little bit because I do want to touch on outside the Octagon. We've touched about how you got into MMA, what got you into cards, how you got into content. We got some good hits for the community. I want to know, outside, who is J Money? What do you want to share with the folks that follow you on your channel but don't necessarily know who J Money is outside of the Octagon?
Truth is,
I'm just a chill guy, bro. Like, I like to just work to then get my free time to do creative pursuits. So before YouTube, it was music. I still.
What kind of music?
Electronic music. A lot of music production.
Okay.
You can play some real instruments like guitar, bass, but my bread and butter is mixing, mastering. And so I eventually started offering that service to rappers, singer-songwriters.
My guy, we got a lot in common. Does that mean that you got a certification in engineering, recording engineering?
I actually didn't go to school for it, bro. It was just since I was like 15, I got like the Reason.
Reason, Pro Tools, all that. Yep.
I got Reason when it was Reason 3. You still couldn't record vocals in there. It was just for music production.
It was MIDI, right? That was like a MIDI, like
all MIDI. Like I was just making little, fun little digital music. But that led to bands. I became a singer. Love singing, man. You'll never find me like at karaoke's, but I just love singing, dude. Like,
what kind of genre would you sing?
We were like a rock, kind of like an electronic rock band, like influences.
Can we find any samples of this? Any little taste of this on the internet? Yeah,
bro. Like when I was in
we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna plug it in here. I want folks to listen, and we'll overlay it.
So there's two eras. When I was in high school, I was in a band called Cosmo Girl, and that was
Mhm.
more like electronic rock, like super just like what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but it was fun. It was
Music
experimental.
is fun. Oh, extra.
That's
Okay.
the word that I was looking for. Like we weren't like I can't tell you like we sounded like this band or that band because we were just experimenting. Like everybody got, our friend got synths, my buddy got, guitar pedals, like
Yeah.
our bassist got guitar pedals, like we
Yeah.
were just doing all kinds of stuff. I got vocal pedals, like it was a lot
You
of
were throwing
experimentation.
everything, bringing
Yeah,
different sounds and seeing what works together, right?
Radiohead was a big inspiration at the time. I remember, like, not necessarily their sound, but just how they were so fearless and they tried all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was called Cosmo Girl, just one word. And there's you can probably find us on Apple Music, Spotify. Like there,
Dope. Dope.
we made an album. And then once I started getting more into production, I just me and the guitarist from Cosmo Girl, we made a side project called Dan Sinatra,
Mhm.
one word as well, and that kind of, Cosmo Girl kind of fell apart, and Dan Sinatra became, a priority when I was in college years, from like 2009 to like I don't know, like for like 5 6 years we were out there in Austin, like playing cool bars, like cool venues, just
So dope.
trying out stuff. And Dan Sinatra was even more experimental, but on the electronic side. um but yeah, if you can if you can find
We're
if you
gonna
can
find it. Oh, we're gonna find it. Don't worry.
uh,
I say, did you get rid of most of your equipment, or you still play around with, creating and producing from time to time?
yeah, like since I started YouTube, so in these past I tend to do that. Like if I start a creative endeavor, I kind of just focus all my
Yeah, you go
energy on
in.
it, right?
Mhm.
So YouTube has been that these past couple of months. But yeah, prior to that, like I would there was times when I would make maybe like, I don't know, 4 or 5 beats a week, like just
That's
messing
dope.
around, trying out stuff, but to the point where I'm like, holy smokes, like I really like this, like
Yeah.
I probably have, like, no joke, bro, like not even kidding, upwards of maybe like 400, 500 pieces of
Yeah.
fantastic stuff. Some I work with my buddy who we are Dan Sinatra, like that's like
Mhm.
our
Mhm.
project name. Some of it is just me, like, but I have a lot of stuff, and I feel like I'm I'm kind of setting it aside for like a later time in my life when I'm kind of just like,
It's the hobby that you want to do once you're like, yeah, I hear you. Well,
it,
honestly, I think it's gonna come into play even sooner. I think if you continue on this natural journey of the content you're making, I think you're gonna find synergy between both, where you bring in some of the production that you're able to do. Maybe not exactly the music you release, but there's gonna be somewhere where you're like, you know what, I can be the sound that's layered behind this video. Right now maybe it's just not the best thing for the type of cadence you're trying to get into of releasing content, but I think you'll get there.
yeah, same,
Yeah,
for sure. And I've thought about it. I've thought of recording my voice separate so that I can add effects post. But
yeah,
I'm like, God, that's just like more work.
yeah. You gotta. One thing I always tell people, it's funny. So like for me, one thing I always tell people, just because I've worked in the space where media has always been relevant, social media content, and so like I know best practices per se, and I'm just now deciding to take my own journey into the space, right? Kind of how I mentioned to you on the call, and so I'm not afraid to try different things and experiment. But one of my rules is I'm not gonna edit the crap out of a video so that it's perfect for me, because if you do that, you're just gonna delay your videos all the time, right? Like you're never gonna get it to perfection. And guess what? You don't decide whether it's perfect. It's the market, right? The public does, right? And so that's a big part of it as well, where it's just knowing right now, sure you want to do the music layering and all that, but it's like you just gotta put stuff out there, and then you'll get the luxury. Then you'll get the luxury to add in extra details and do it. So that's me. I'm like, I obviously care that it's quality and it's providing value, but I'm at the same time, I'm like, I need to push it out as well.
Yes, bro. That's kind of like a struggle that I guess as a creative, I feel like it's relatable to where we want it to be the best it could be, but you're not the judge. Like
you're not the judge.
A lot of things that I love, people don't care about. Like,
I wanna give you the chance. What else? Is there anything else that you would like to use this platform, this interview to maybe share? Is there anything else we haven't touched on? Anything fun? Don't worry about the time.
For sure. I told myself I was gonna sell more this year.
Okay.
I haven't really. I've taken photos of cards and clothes because I also do. I used to do, like I mentioned, vintage clothing. I used to sell like tees, a lot of jackets, sweaters, like that. That's more of my game. Vintage sweaters, or even just retro. Like it doesn't have to be from the 80s. Like if it's a cool retro graphic, like I'm getting it.
And there's probably a better ROI on the clothes too, right? Than on the cards. Like so you're putting your time into the right thing. Yeah.
I'm trying. Yeah, and so I'm trying to do both. Like I'm trying to get back to vintage clothing, and I'm trying to be better at letting go of cards, because that's also a thing, bro. Like I'm not a hoarder by any means, like of anything, but I've noticed that with these freaking cards, I'm like, it's a non-PC, like, but I'm like,
let it go. Yeah.
But I pulled it, and it's like, who cares? Like, it does nothing for my PC. Like, somebody else, it's gonna make their freaking day once they get it, So I just gotta get better at letting go of these cards. I know that that's something has been obstructing me from getting more active in that area. Just I guess I still have that just genuine love for the cards. Like I never got into it to make money. Like this is money that I spent for an experience, for this hobby that I have just fallen like a little girl head over heels, man. Like it's insane. I'm happy my girl has been like cool with it, because
supportive. I know she's made some cameos. She's made some cameos in the video.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, like I'm pretty lucky, Like,
tell us about your girl. Why don't we go there? Tell us about that support system, and anything you want to go into. How long you guys have been together? What she thought when you first told her, "Hey, I'm gonna start doing videos about cards on YouTube."
So we've been together. I've known her since 2017, and we basically started going out like a month or two in to meeting each other. And she's just we're like the same. I'm not too much into astrology by any means, but we're both Cancers, and we're both.
Hey, I'm a Cancer.
Hell yeah, bro! Like, she's super creative as well. Like, she likes creative endeavors. And so I think that's where the support stems from, like she does some creative stuff. She's trying to dive into music more and stuff. I'm supportive of that. And so it's kind of like like we got each other.
Yeah. You guys lift each other up. That's awesome.
Whatever it is, like, that's kind of what I've realized with her. And it's beautiful. Like it is, like, I'm realizing more and more that obviously, I don't take her for granted, but just how lucky, I kind of am to have that. Because the women are crazy, but we can't live without them, man. So if you pick a good one, like it makes life better. Like, it makes life better, makes life fun. She gets excited when I hit something, like she doesn't know what's going on, but hey,
she's there for it.
Excited, and yeah, bro. When I asked her to come out in a video, just super random, she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Oh, let's try it out." Yeah.
And then she got all about it. She was like, "Okay, we're gonna do the lights. We're gonna do pink from your side, pink from your side." I was like, "Let's go."
You're like, hey, don't take over. Don't take over too much. That's awesome. Well, hopefully you continue to feature her. You make that one of the themes, and you have like a playlist of just that. Keep an ongoing score, right, of who wins it.
Heck yeah, man! I definitely got to do another battle with her. She actually had fun. Like, she was telling me, she's like, yeah, just ripping, like opening stuff, the mystery. Like, I'm like, yes, that's what it is. Like,
and she brought the Spanish flavor to the channel as well, so never bad.
Bro, yeah. So she's I'm a border town, and she's from across from Matamoros, which is my border city.
Very cool.
Beautiful. I was basically raised there, so that's kind of, it's always been in my heart, and I always kind of knew that my girl was going to be
from there.
Hispanic, yeah. Either from there, from like Monterrey, just somewhere near me, but yeah, it was kind of just something that I don't know. I don't know what it is, intuition. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. Even when I was like in Austin and stuff, like I never really got into like relationships until I moved back home.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool when you look back at this video and all the content that you create with her as well, right? It's going to be something to be able to look back on as well, and reminisce on some of the early things that you guys are collaborating on and how you're supporting her and she's supporting you. So I appreciate you sharing that. That's really cool, and I think the audience is going to appreciate you, opening and touching on that as well.
Heck yeah! If your girl doesn't support you with whatever you're doing, if she, like there's something off there. Because if you love somebody, it's, whatever it is, like cards. Yeah, I fucking love cards.
Okay. But let's not get it twisted. He has his 9 to 5. He's doing other things, right? He's not just taking her paycheck and spending it on these cards.
I'm not the straight fiend. Yeah, bro. But yeah, that's where the money comes from freaking buying. When I first started, I was buying every night, bro. Like just eBay prowling.
Yeah,
good deal, bam. But yeah, bro, this was awesome. Thank you.
That's really cool. I appreciate you coming on, man. Why don't you plug the channel again? I'll give you that chance now, and then I'll wrap us up, and then we can hang out after this, just so that I can stop the recording.
For sure, man. You guys can find me UFC Card Fiend, YouTube, Instagram, and like I was saying, eBay. You're gonna see some shirts, some badass vintage stuff, cool cards. I need to get moving on that for sure.
I love it. When TikTok, because we got to get you on TikTok. Organic reach there is insane.
I know. I need to do it.
If you're doing shorts, you already got exactly what you got to upload.
I know.
You got to do it. I'm gonna hold you accountable to it.
Yes. By next time we talk, viewer.
There we go.
UFC Card Fiend.
I love it. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Another incredible episode. J Money, thank you so much. Very generous with his time. If you like this type of content, you know what to do. Please subscribe. Follow across all the social handles. We'll blast that here on the screen. Until next time, this has been Doers Taking Breaks. Peace out.